The Stanley Cup Playoffs have returned to American Airlines Center, thanks to the Dallas Stars locking up a wild-card berth in the Western Conference. Playoff hockey is back in North Texas for the first time since 2016. The Stars split the opening games of their first-round matchup against the Nashville Predators, setting up some pivotal matchups starting with Game 3 in Dallas on Monday night. As it goes for any professional sports team, the bandwagon sure does start to get a little full when the postseason rolls around. So, for those a little late to the Victory Green Party, here's a quick recap of the season so far so that anyone and everyone headed to the ASC can be in the know. New coach. A quick recap of the past few years of Dallas Stars hockey. 2015-16, the Stars, 5-0-2-3-9, 109 points, earned the top seed under head coach Lindy Ruff in the West after finishing with the conference's best record in the regular season. Dallas would advance past the first round for the first time since 2007-08, but fall in a 7-game second-round series against the St. Louis Blues. 2016-17, the Stars, 3-4, 3-7, 1-1, 79 points, fall from first in the West to 11th. Ruff is fired. 2017-18, under Ken Hitchcock, the head coach that brought the Stars their lone Stanley Cup 2 decades ago, the Stars missed the playoffs in his first season back in Dallas. 4-2, 3-2, 8, 92 points, 10th. Hitchcock retired after the season. 2018-19, under Jim Montgomery, a first-time NHL coach whose most recent stop was as head coach at the University of Denver, the Stars, 4-3, 3-2, 7, 93 points, returned to the playoffs as a wild card after a 2-year hiatus. Why give a college coach the keys to an NHL franchise? Stars general manager Jim Nill last May, "I understand the challenges, and I'm confident he'll be able to handle them. I've looked at what he has done in his past and I've talked to a lot of people, and I believe the things he does that have made his teams consistent winners will transfer to our league." The biggest change the Dallas franchise has seen over the past few years is that the Stars are no longer the run-and-gun, high-scoring machine they became under Ruff. The Stars have transformed into one of the NHL's top defensive units thanks to Montgomery's new style and the work and net from goalies Ben Bishop and Anton Khudobin. Phenom, Heiskanen, Jesus. Can he ever skate? Jim Montgomery, the Stars' only All-Star this year. A 19-year-old defenseman named Miro Heiskanen. On a roster with scorers such as Tyler Seguin, Alexander Radulov, and former Art Ross Trophy winner Jamie Benn, it says something about the ability of last year's No. 3 overall pick in the NHL draft to earn the distinction this year. In his first season at the NHL level, the teenager has become a top-line defenseman in Dallas, played in all 82 regular season games, and made an immediate splash this postseason in Nashville. Related, Finland, loose laces and dull blades, how Stars defenseman Miro Heiskanen developed into an elite skater. With controversy before the new year, the Stars were a struggling team. Playoff expectations and aspirations began to strain as Dallas was hovering just above .500, and Stars CEO Jim Lites had seen enough, directing a monsoon of criticism on team leaders Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin. "It's pissed me off," Lites said in December. "What nobody says is what is completely obvious to me. We are getting terrible play from our top 2 players. The franchise has invested more than $150 million in long-term contracts to Benn and Seguin in the last 2+ years. Benn signed an 8-year, $76 million contract in July 2016. Seguin inked an 8-year, $78.8 million contract this September. His salary increase kicks in next season. "We pay these players to be the best players on our team," Lites said, "and they are consistently out-efforted and outperformed by everybody else's best players. If 14-91 don't lead, we will not be successful." While Benn still finished the regular season with 26 less points than a year ago, Seguin tallied 48 points in the season's final 44 games to help lead the playoff charge. Faced with the season hanging in the balance, the Stars made a handful of moves early in the season, and all the way up to the NHL's trade deadline in February, but potentially the most important move as far as this postseason is concerned, Stars trade conditional second and third round picks to the Rangers for Mats Zuccarello. Those picks could become 2 first-round picks should the Stars succeed in either the postseason or the off-season. From Sportsday's Matthew Deprings, Stars fans wanted to see Mats Zuccarello, the team's biggest trade deadline acquisition, simultaneously the Norwegian savior of the offense and a mysterious weapon to be unwrapped around playoff time. Zuccarello is a paradox of sorts. He's the 5'8" winger with the massive stick who battles in the corners and shoves after whistles. He's played as many playoff games as he has regular season ones for the Stars, including an electric tease back in February before a broken arm cost him 5 weeks of game action. His cult-like status in Norway and New York has followed him to Dallas, despite his brief cameos on the ice. Read more. The rivalry: the Stars' first-round playoff matchup is against the Nashville Predators, a familiar foe. The Predators won the Stars' division by going 4-7, 2-9, 6, 100 points, and this budding NHL rivalry has already been pegged as next year's Winter Classic matchup inside the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Catch up on everything you need to know about the series here. And everything you need to know about the 2020 Winter Classic here. This topic is missing your voice. View comments. Let's block ads. Why?